And here we go.
Okay.
We're number one.
Damn.
You heard it here first. Joe Rogan listens to our podcast first.
Right.
Why do the gays get to pick what they get all the good stuff? This is ridiculous. I mean, went to prison for 10 years for stealing 46 million.
Not tell me he ate a booger.
Dude, he would have showed a little bit of cleavage. Maybe he done all right. That's where we didn't have Facebook or Grindr. We
Are there a lot of girls on Grindr?
tased each other in the nuts. People wanting to punch me in the face. Why would you bite Santa Claus?
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready. I want to do it.
Why? I'm not AI. I didn't do it. It'd be fine. She took an Adderall.
If you're gonna do it, read the instructions.
Mental illness is not an excuse for behavior.
We need help. I got a shot and some pills. That'll take that. Madhouse Bar Talk, baby.
All right. Good afternoon and happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Today we've got a guest. She showed up and asked if she could go in the parking lot of our bar and grill and set up to pray to people. I don't even know her name. I just said, you know what? That's interesting. Let's find out about you. So what is your name?
My name is Laura. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Laura?
Yes.
And what possessed you to want to go to a bar parking lot?
Okay, so I am a completely random person. I swapped at another location, and I feel that it's very important to ask because I can't get the word to nobody if I'm not allowed in that that location's parking lot. So I was headed down the road actually, and something just made me pull in here, and I'm like, hey, I could be safe there. I used to live around here, so I decided, I believe it was the Holy Spirit, honestly. I let him guide me and take me where I need to go and where I need to be. And today, it was here at Madhouse.
Madhouse. Wow, that's and what's the purpose of what you're doing? Is this Charlie Kirk kind of thing? You want to debate people? What do you do with this?
So honestly, I'm so happy you mentioned Charlie Kirk when he was, I'm going to say martyred. I don't like the other words people terminally use. I had faith before that, and I had watched him all the time, so I was very saddened when he passed. But after that, I would be on Facebook and scrolling, and I kept finding ads for different kinds of colleges, and they were all faith-based Bible colleges. So I essentially decided to go back to school to become a minister. And then after that, I felt a stirring that I needed to go out and disciple and spread the gospel and just share the love of Jesus Christ.
So where do you go to school at then?
Currently I go to school at Christian Colorado University. It is all online.
Okay. It's Christian Colorado? Mm-hmm. And but you live around here?
I do, yes.
Do you attend church around here?
I do. I go to Cross Community Church. It is in Elyria.
Cross Community Church?
Yes.
Okay. Christian,
yes,
faith-based?
It is.
Obviously. And but that's not your goal though. While you're out there, you're just trying to spread the word and.
Mm-hmm. It depends on if anyone comes to talk to me that day. My goal ultimately is to spread the word. I do interviews with people that are pre-set up, and they can be debates. It kind of depends on the person and where we're going that day, where the Lord is guiding that conversation.
So how long have you been doing this?
So I'm kind of green at this. I've only been doing it for, I want to say about a month. The first time I went out and straight ministered, I went out on the coldest day of the year. Actually, it was this year. And I was laying in bed one day, and I had just got done reading my Bible, and all of a sudden I yelled for my daughter, and I'm like, I need your microphones. Because I don't have professional equipment. We all start somewhere. So she brought me her microphones. They were charged. We bundled up, and we went out and hit the road.
And where'd you go first?
There is up here on 254, and I think it's East River, there's that little fire station like subset place.
I do know exactly where you're
That
talking
is
about.
where I go. There are other people who set up there, and I thought that that would be a good kind of jumping off point, a good beginning point. It was a lot of traffic, but hopefully some seeds were planted, and there were some people who weren't too happy. But I mean, you get that everywhere you go.
And what's the, like, how busy does it get for you? Like, have you, like, up there, do you get a lot of people come up and talk with you?
That day I did not. Today I did. One of your friends came and spoke to me, actually. He was very awesome to talk to. I had no idea he was a pastor, so that was very enlightening for me. I love to learn things, especially from pastors. I'm looking for a mentor, actually, currently, as I go through school. But so far, I'm doing okay. I'm only maybe 9 videos in. I do have a lot of people that want to do like individual interviews, so it's more like personal. But I enjoy kind of like the parking lot and being out because I get more of a demographic, different age groups and different opinions. People have different life experiences.
Even after what happened to Charlie Kirk, you thought, let me go out and do what he was doing, basically?
Yes. I know, it's crazy, okay?
So it's a little bit nuts. That's a little crazy.
People always look at me and they're like, you want to go into the dark, but we're called for that. We're called to be salt and light. And I mean, I'm not famous. I could only aspire to be as big as Charlie Kirk.
Sure, absolutely right. But he started the same way, like, well, at college campuses when he was young. I mean, how old are you?
I am 42 years young.
42 years young.
So I'm late in the game. I'm very late in the game. He was 18, I believe, if not before 18.
I think he might have been even before. Yeah, I think he started Turning Point by the time he was 18.
Yes, he did.
But he didn't have many years to get going. He only had so many years, so he didn't have a choice. He had to get going quick.
I know, unfortunately, his life was cut short, but I do believe he was martyred. And there are other people that I aspire to be like as well. Like, I don't know if you heard of him, Nicholas Bowling.
No, I don't think I know who that is.
He's kind of similar. He's a street pastor. I'm going to call him a pastor because biblically, women aren't supposed to preach, in church at least. So I watch a lot of like Nicholas Bowling and a lot of people who are kind of in that type of shows. They go out and they address things. They go, like Nicholas Bowling, I adore him. He goes to like LGBTQ plus events. He goes to anything, Christmas parades, and I want to do that. Actually, I'm looking to go to maybe an I messed that one up. LGBTQ plus event. That doesn't roll off the tongue too good for me. That's a lot of letters.
That's a whole lot of letters.
Right. Like, I'm not opposed. Live your life how you want to live your life. For those events, it would probably, I feel like I would get a lot of hate. But I also feel like conversations are so important. Like,
well, it just depends. Like my mother goes to a church where they have it's a community church, but they have so many faiths within that community church. So it's out. My mom lives out in Amish country. You'll probably meet her because she's supposed to be up here shortly. She might be here now. I don't know.
that's so awesome.
But she goes to a place that has all kinds of different faiths there. They run multiple faiths in the same church, and everybody it's about community, and they can worship their own way. But I mean that's just. But let me preface it. But she is a lesbian. But she doesn't like being part of the letter crew. She's just gay. That's all. So she doesn't want to be in the letter crew.
Well, that's absolutely amazing for her, because I feel like I'm from the 80s generation. I was born in 83. So back then it wasn't like as common. Like you didn't hear so much about the gay community. I mean, obviously they've always existed, but you never really like heard about it. It wasn't common. Like now it's like pride parades and people are being very flamboyant. Like,
well, I think there's a lot of that has to do with the fact that maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I think a lot of that has to do with them getting a sense of community out of it. I think that people that younger kids, and you were at one time, I'm sure 14 or what, you don't fit in. It's a tough time for a lot of people to fit in. You're trying to figure yourself out, and here comes a group that accepts you however you want to be. So I think that plays a part of it. I could be wrong, but I think that plays a part of because a lot of from what I see, a lot of the girls that are, and I don't know too many guys that have done that, but a lot of the girls that were lesbians when they were teenagers or younger, all of a sudden as adults start, not being lesbians. So I think it's just a way that they're like just working out there. I think so. I could be wrong. That's why I don't like the idea of them doing the surgeries and things like that to children. Because you can't do so many things by the time you're 18, but they're going to allow that. And that's like a big decision. And who knows how you'll end up in the end. You know what I mean? You don't know that at that age, and you shouldn't make that decision at that age.
I completely agree with you. I feel like the parents that are allowing their children, especially the ones that are under 18, they are doing more harm than help. There has been a huge surge lately of people that are detransitioning. They can't get back those body parts. It's not like a haircut, it's going to grow back and be okay. I feel like there needs to be more emphasis for those cases. I mean, granted, there are people who have gender dysmorphia, and that is a real thing. But I feel like there are a lot of people who do not have that, and maybe some counseling to further dig in, because it could be anything. It could stem from childhood trauma. It could just be mental illness. Like, don't come for me, people that are listening, but it could be like a mental illness. It could be a lot of people that I have experienced in that area. Like, they've had sexual trauma as a child or another form of trauma, and they just want to belong. Or sometimes it can fall back even to their parents. They don't accept them. They don't understand. Yes, they might still love them. In some cases, those parents don't love that child because their beliefs are so strong.
So what you're saying is that transgenders and stuff is a mental thing.
It can be. I'm not saying all of the cases are. I'm not going to group it into one category. But I do believe that some people genuinely have that feeling.
I think if you're a boy and you think you're a girl, or you're a girl and you think you're a boy, I think you have a mental illness. That's my opinion. And I'll say it. But that's different than being gay. If you're a guy that likes guys, that's what you like. If you're a girl that likes girls, that's what you like.
Exactly.
It's very different than being delusional, in my opinion. That's a very different thing.
Praise God for that, because I do say they are delusional. And that's one reason why I want to do that event. Because I kind of want to get into their heads and find out where it stemmed from. Because a lot of people say that they were born like that.
Maybe you should try therapy.
Right.
Be a therapist.
Exactly. A lot of people say that they were born that way. But I don't believe that God makes mistakes. And I don't mean it in a hateful way. But I believe he created you the way that you are, and you're perfect just the way you are. And maybe that it could be, like you said, like they feel the need to be accepted and have a community, but there's other options.
Yes, absolutely. 100% there's other options. But that's what you want to do. So you want to take the fight on the street. You said something earlier that kind of, it tripped me up for a minute. You said the Bible says that women shouldn't preach in the church.
Yes.
And you believe that wholeheartedly, but yet you're going to be a minister.
Okay, so let me clarify that. A lot of people have asked me that. I want to work with women and children. I want to there's so many things I aspire to do. I would like to do like maybe a women's ministry in like prisons, or even kind of like battered women's shelters. I want to primarily focus on women and children, mainly the youth, just because they are our future. That is who is coming up after us. And I feel like a lot of people, they need to know Jesus, because there are so many crazy things going on in this world right now. And I feel like if they had an intimate relation with Jesus, then maybe it might change the world some. They say like a smile is contagious. Well, the love of Jesus is contagious too. You just kind of got to be kind to people and walk out that life.
How long have you been involved in the church?
I recently changed churches. I am so much like every other person. I've been going to this church for, I want to say 4 months now.
But I mean, how long have you been going? Like, when did you change this, or have you always went to church?
I am like most believers. I grew up in the church. I had an incident in my life. My little sister passed away at the age of 8. Sadly, that happened, and it was, I don't want to say traumatizing. It was just devastating. It shook my faith to the core. I was mad at Jesus. I walked away for a while. But I went back eventually. My daughter got me to go back, and I haven't left yet.
Oh, okay. So it's been a long time.
It has been.
So you lost your sister at 8 years old. What happened to her?
The medical definition is asphyxiation. So I guess I'll use this time for some awareness as well. My little sister, she had Down syndrome. God bless her. She was very intelligent, though. She was eating at school one day, and she choked essentially on some food that she was eating. And while it was stuck in her throat, they got it out, but eventually, like, she vomited and it went in her lungs, and her body was just having a really hard time. So eventually her heart kept stopping, and then eventually the decision was made to not put her body through that any longer. Unfortunately, that was
How long did that
a
go
long
on?
time ago. It was an overnight thing. Actually, that's one of my biggest regrets in life. I could have went and seen her, and I didn't. But that's one thing I kind of have to make peace with. But she was very young. I think I may have been 18, 20 when this happened.
Oh, okay. So you were already an adult by then.
I was already
Okay.
an adult by then, yes. She was my stepsister, but I don't count any of that. Blood is blood, love. You know, you love your family, you love step. It doesn't really matter to me what, you know.
Yeah, just yeah. But she was. You lived in the house with her at the time?
No, I did not. I lived separately from her, and we just kind of spent time together, and we go visit and things like that. It was pretty normal relationship, but
What was that like, having a little sister that had Down syndrome?
You know what? It was amazing. It was so amazing.
They are kind of the coolest people ever.
They are. Her laugh was so infectiously contagious. Like the way she would love us. Like she just was, I mean, she was incredible, man. We would go to my dad's, and we were younger then, so it was like before 18, we would go for Christmas morning. And I remember one year specifically, and it was Christmas morning, so you know, little kids are like so excited. She would run to us before the Christmas tree. My dad would literally come pick us up at like, so early in the morning, and she would see us and come running to us. And that was just so beautiful. And I think that's kind of why I walked away from God for a while, because I was so angry. I kept thinking to myself, if God is so good, why does these horrible tragedies occur?
Well, there's some of us that would say, I mean, that she's better there. I mean, that's the goal, is to get there, right? I mean, that's the goal. So, I mean, what you can't, you know, that's the one thing I do like about like Jehovah's Witnesses. One of their things that they do is they celebrate death. They don't celebrate birthdays and anything else, but they celebrate death because you're going. You know, although I think also in the religion they think only like 3 people are going or something. I don't know. It's a lot more than 3, but
Right.
it ain't many. It ain't enough. That's what I know.
Right. They're kind of like, I don't want to say my least favorite, but my least favorite people when they knock on my door. I have done a lot of research on other faiths. Most people do. There's kind of one of them that I can't choose. I'm just going to say it. I believe that they're a cult. Just because they listen to the Watchtower. They're not necessarily led properly in a biblical way. They're led by a group of, 7 elderly men, and they kind of just make up the rules as they go.
Yeah.
is very disturbing for me, but fascinating at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
super into that.
It's so like, yeah, it's very different. I don't like that religions like that like Mormons being one of them, and then Muslim being another one, where they pick their prophets, and whoever becomes their prophet, all of a sudden this prophet decides that, you know, they're allowed to have as many wives as they want, and they can be as old as they want, and all that. It's like creepy. That's like the craziest thing ever, that people accept that, because it just doesn't feel like you should accept that. I mean, Christ didn't do something like that, and you know what I mean. So, and he was the Messiah coming in, but I don't understand why these prophets come in and they accept the fact that they say, "Oh, I should have X amount of wives," and that, you know, they could be 9 in in Muhammad's case, the 9-year-old, one of his youngest was 9 years old, which is just crazy to me.
Yes. Literally, she was 6 years old when they got married. She was 9 when they consummated their marriage. To me,
She was 6 when they got married? Oh, I had that messed up. I thought they were 9.
I literally have friends that are Muslim. I do not agree with their religion. I have literally been debating one of them for a very long time. It's maddening. That faith is terrible. That faith, to me, I can't even call it a faith. That's actually disrespecting correct faiths. They, I think they're like terrorists. They're violent, even though they preach love and acceptance, and they're all about peace and happiness. But look what's going on right now. Like in Minnesota with the Somalians, they're primarily Muslim as well. Look at all of that abuse. Just think, like, other countries, they've already taken it over, and they're kind of demanding people to be Muslim or die, and it's actually written in the Quran that their options are you either convert, you become their slave, or you die.
Yeah, as an infidel, sure.
Yes. That's insane to me. Who has that right to choose that?
I don't disagree with you on that. That is but I mean, I do believe that a lot of the Muslim people are good people. We have friends that live across the street that are Muslim, and they're great people. But I do that Sharia law that goes on when you look at what's happened in Iran and all the different places. It's like, it's kind of scary. And I think there's, like, in Texas, I believe there's at least one city that they're running on Sharia law, but their claim is that they're volunteering to be part of Sharia law. So
I don't think they're volunteering. I think it's forced. Texas banned it, though.
Did they?
Texas did ban Sharia law, yes. In certain parts, it is banned. It was signed off on. I remember because I was celebrating so hard because they're so anti-woman. And being a woman, obviously, I wouldn't say I'm a feminist, but we have rights. I feel like the Muslims and their faith are taking us back hundreds of generations that we worked so hard for.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very true statement.
And it just comes down to it to where they're very hypocritical. And there's trash in every faith. There's people who are extremists in every faith. I don't believe necessarily that we should be.
Yeah, I think
making
Hitler
people
was working on Christianity. So, I mean, there's that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty violent.
Right. Hitler was probably like the whole inspiration for their prophet Muhammad, because you know that he actually was a warlord. That was his thing. He was
Muhammad
violent.
was way before Hitler, wasn't he?
Right. But do you know what I mean? It's kind of, I feel like those two are kind of tied together somehow. I don't believe in reincarnation, but I do think there is a connection. Like, I don't know if it's just their type of personality, but it's every so often that is a type of person that we're going to come across. And in the future, there could be another person like that. They just have God complexes, and they feel the need to control everything, and they just hate.
Yeah, they're controlling, yeah, for sure. Because they want what they want, I think. It's possible. I don't know. That's a crazy thing, though, to think that Hitler was Muhammad reincarnated. That's kind of, I ain't standing with you on that ledge.
Well, no, but you know what I mean? I don't believe in reincarnation, but it's just kind of weird how similar that it is. Like, Hitler was very anti.
Well, the human condition
people.
can be horrible. I mean, the human condition, people can be very horrible. Like this Nancy Guthrie thing that's going on right now. It's crazy. Yeah. It's absolutely like, who would do that to this poor old lady? And you can't even figure it out. Like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, you know, there's some that say, that she's not alive, which, okay, I'm kind of on that fence, too. I think she's not alive either. But at the same time, why would they take her if she wasn't alive? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would they have taken her at all if that was the case? Like, it just doesn't, I don't understand it. I'm so confused about it.
I definitely don't understand it either. And I think the worst part about it is, one, she's missing. I don't know if she's still on this earth. I don't know if she has gone to heaven. But why would someone want to take a senior citizen? For one, they're usually the most defenseless people. And for two, she has a heart condition. That could have, honestly, this could lead to her demise because she needs that medication. That's very important. And how heartless was that person that took her?
I don't think it's one person. I think it's two.
Possibly.
I think at least two. I think it's at least two. Because when you look at the camera footage, when they show it, when they show the foliage that's there, when he puts that foliage there, you can see he's clearly to this side, but the foliage is over here, and all of a sudden you see a light reflector on that pops out like as if it's somebody else. So it's but yeah, I mean, that's the human condition. There's people that do sick shit that just don't, it just doesn't add up. Like people that just enjoy hurting people for no reason, or, you know, it's really weird. I don't understand that. And eventually you'll find somebody who's a good speaker like Hitler or a good speaker like Muhammad, and they just do it. Or what's Jehovah's? What was his name? The guy that, I forget his name. I can't think of it right now. Something Smith, right? John Smith? Is that it?
I think so, but I think that's Mormon. I'm going to look it up because now
Isn't Mormon is the same? No, yeah, you're right. That is Mormon. That isn't Jehovah. You're right. That's Mormon. You're right. You're right. John Smith is a Mormon. Yeah, but they're the same way. They got lots of wives and all that. It's so weird. It's the whole thing is just so weird to me.
It is. There's a lot of times that I question humanity. Like, what has gone wrong with humanity? And, like, not everybody, but there are certain types of people. And it's just, like, they have this just profound hatred. Like, they weren't born with a good bone in them. I hate people. They enjoy, like, the horrible things, like murdering people. Like Jeffrey Dahmer, for example. How sick and twisted was he? And I think there's people among us like that now. They just haven't come to public light yet.
Yeah, that one, you know, the one with Dahmer is really weird because his dad plays a part in that. Have you ever seen the whole, like, his dad, they were, like, dissecting animals all the time when he was young. And, like, his dad has to eat a little bit of that because that's a little bit too weird.
I believe so, too. Like, literally, who takes their child out for quality time to dissect things, and then eventually he just evolved into a sick masochist. Like, he loved to torture people.
Yeah.
That is so horrendous. And I think it's just so scary because that could be our next door neighbors now.
Absolutely. You would never know.
We would never know.
That's like Ariel Castro. When that happened, and we drove by, like, the couple days later or something, we drove down that street to check it out. Like, this is crazy. Them houses were like 10 feet apart on a street. Like, how in the world did he pull this off? Right in this, like, it's so congested over there. Literally 10 feet from the house. From the house next door is literally 10 feet away.
That is disturbing.
That is disturbing.
How do you not hear that?
I don't know. That's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Or think, like, his windows weren't open in the summer, like... Obviously, there had to be some kind of signs.
Well, a lot of people don't open their windows in the summer because of air conditioning now. There's
True.
that. I mean, ours don't get open that often.
I open mine once in a while, kind of to air it out. Like
yeah, they're doing something.
Out.
It's called, that's a whole thing that's going all over the internet now. It's called burping your house.
Really? I haven't heard of that.
Apparently... You're supposed to do it, I forget what it is, maybe once a month you're supposed to burp your house. And apparently, like in like Europe and stuff, they're like shocked that we never did that. Like, they're shocked. Like, what do you mean you don't burp your house? Of course you have to burp your house. Of course, I think they have a different name for it, but we call it burping a house now.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I know in Germany they do that. They open their windows in the middle of winter. It'll be so cold, but they open it to air their house out. I know there's a common thing like here on New Year's, people open their front door to let like the bad stuff out from
Really?
that year. It's kind of a tradition. We do it at my house.
That's probably my
daughter
whole
does
problem.
it.
I need to start opening my front door.
Right?
I'm
My
trapping it
daughter
all
does
in.
it. She heard about it, and so every New Year she opens our front door. Obviously, she screams Happy New Year's because you kind of have to. But yeah, she opens her front door, and a lot of people believe that you open your door or your window. Some people will take it as far to open all their windows. Me personally, I'm not freezing to death. So it's supposed to let the bad from the previous year out to let room for the good to come in for the new year.
That's a good idea. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm not superstitious, but my daughter likes to do it, and I just like to do
Well,
things
it's
that make her
tradition is
happy.
amazing. Tradition is always good. You never, I know we always like tradition. We always love tradition. Little traditions like that make, like, because then when you're gone, she'll be doing that with her kids, and their kids will be doing it with their kids.
I love that.
Right?
I'm hoping for that. I always find that it's weird when it comes to tradition, like when the matriarch of the family passes away, like your grandma, great grandma, etc. The families tend to grow apart, and those traditions, they still stick around, but they're within the individual families of the kids. I think that families need to still continue those traditions together as a family unit.
So did you grow up around here?
I did, absolutely. I have lived in Lorain my whole entire life. I keep saying I'm getting out of Ohio. I cannot stand it. I hate the weather, but you know what? I can't leave. My heart belongs to South Lorain. I've been here my whole life.
You might know my sister then. You're her age. Sherry Tucker. You're her age.
Sounds familiar. I don't think I've ever personally.
She went to
met her.
Homewood.
Homewood?
Yeah.
Okay. Some of my friends might know her. I graduated from Clearview.
Oh, okay. So you were
I
on.
was
Oh,
kinda
okay.
on the
You were
east
on that.
side
Oh, okay. I
back
got you.
then. Like I grew up around East 45th Street. But I've been on the south side now for years. That
Oh,
is
okay. I got
kinda-
you. Yeah,
That's where I
she
like
moved.
to
She
be.
moved away, but yeah, she went to Homewood and Lincoln too. I think for a little bit, but mostly Homewood. But yeah, she's in Myrtle Beach now.
Lucky her.
Yeah, lucky her. It's nice down there, but her husband's been going through it. He's had cancer and like 3 times already. It keeps coming back.
Lord,
Hopefully
I will
it's gone this time for good. Hopefully, I pray.
I will definitely pray for him and encourage people on my channel to pray for him. I'm a firm believer in the power
So you
of
have a
prayer.
channel?
I do. It's kind of generic and funky right now, but yes, I do. My YouTube channel is called Heavenly Hangout.
Heavenly Hangout on YouTube?
Yes. And then my little @ sign or whatever, I don't know, like to tag me or whatever, it's God's Girl 0213.
0213. God's Girl 0213. What's 0213 stand for?
It's actually my daughter's birth month and year.
Oh, okay. All right. So February 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, she'll turn 13 tomorrow. I'm a teenager tomorrow. Trying to wrap my head around that. Probably could use some prayers for them teenage years that will be upon me. Because I'm pretty sure they're not fun.
I only had girls as teenagers. I have a boy now that's a teenager, but he's just turned 13. But I've always heard girls were a lot rougher, and I believe it because my girls were pretty rough on me sometimes at different times. So I don't know what boys are like. I'm learning that. I'm going to learn that right now. So
my sister has boys. She said they are so much fun and exciting. They're very different. I have a girl, and a lot of her friends, my house is kind of their hangout, and I'm like, fine with that. I know what you're doing. I can control things. So you're not getting anything crazy. But I couldn't do boy life. They wrestle and, they do the boy things. But we always kind of laugh and we compare. Her kids are practically almost like 18 now. But we compare who eats more, a teenage growing boy or a menstruating
Girl for sure. Girl
and I'm
for
like,
sure.
it's got to be the girl, especially on them sweets.
My sister came and stayed the night one time with two of her friends when I was an adult. So she's quite a bit younger. I'm 52 right now, and she's 40. What is she, 40? She was born in, it says 42. She'll be 42 this year. So her and her friends came over. They were younger. I was just an adult, first apartment. They ate us out of house and home. Chips, dip, like anything that was in there. They would just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, they're bottomless pits.
Yes.
And they were little
wanna
kids.
know-
I go, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to know where the food goes. Literally. I want, like, their big toe. I don't even know. And we always joke, like, in my family, we always say, like, as the Van Dykes, we have two stomachs. Like, we got that dinner to stomach, and you're like, God, I can't eat anything else. Dessert comes out, and we got, like, that extra stomach, and we're trying to eat dessert. And then we're full. Like, it ends there. But them kids, woo, they got dinner, lunch, brunch, dessert. They can do it all in one sitting and then come back 20 minutes later, and they're like, I'm hungry. What's to eat? Like, nothing, because you just made me old Mother Hubbard. You just ate everything.
So when you set this up to go sit in the parking lot and do the prayers or preaching, or what do you call it exactly?
I guess I call it street ministering.
Street ministry?
I'm not.
So do you put together a story before you come, or do you have an idea of what you want to talk about, or do you have anything, or do you just kind of go with the flow as you get there?
I kind of go with the flow, and I don't edit any of my videos. So when you see me stumbling, because I have crippling anxiety, so this to me is like phenomenal that I'm out there. I don't put myself out there. I don't like being the center of attention. But like today I came with like some note cards and things like that, because as I grow and I get better and the more I learn in my walk with God, I'm sure that it will eventually turn into a sermon of sorts. But it's a little bit different though, being in a parking lot, and I feel like I kind of am repeating myself because there's new people coming and going. It's not like a sit-down interview where we can just continue and go on. But when there's new people, you kind of got to repeat things so often. And then I find myself like thinking in dull moments, and I'm like, oh, that's probably not good for my video. But I want the human in me to show too. I want to be very Christ-like and be prepared. Today it was like literally based on love. It's Valentine's Day. Like, who loves people more than Jesus? He died for us. I don't know anybody that would die for me. Like, I know we all say, like, I'd take a bullet for, like, your significant other or, like, your kid. But would you really?
I mean, yeah, for my kids, for sure.
My kids, yeah.
I mean,
There's
the
no question
100%.
asked.
Your significant other, I mean, the one I have currently, yes, absolutely.
I mean, I would, but my kids would probably come first priority. You know, I wouldn't give my kid up for a sacrifice, so to speak. Like, I mean, like,
You
God
wouldn't
did
hold
that.
them in front and, like,
No, I would not. My kid, that is like my biggest fear, that something would ever happen to my kid. But like, just speaking in terms of like sacrifices alone, like, God sacrificed Jesus. Like, how crazy is that? Like, what if we lived back then and we still had to do sacrifices? That would be insane. I couldn't hurt an animal.
I believe that yeah, I believe that Jesus was God. So there's that.
Yeah.
So
He was just God in the flesh, because they are triune, Father, Son, Holy
Right.
Spirit. A lot of people don't understand that concept. That takes a lot of time to kind of learn and wrap your head around. Like, that's one of the biggest questions that I hear too when I hear people out talking. Like, how is that? And how can He be everywhere at once? Like, He's omnipresent. So I think that's like,
well, if He creates the heaven and the earth, how could He not be everywhere at once? Are you kidding me? What's that?
Exactly.
What? I mean, what do you not get about that?
like, we're on the same page, but there's a lot of people, when I talk to them, it's kind of like, those are their questions. And I'm like, you just need to have a little bit of faith.
My question was like, did you see the people coming into my bar and were like, they need Jesus for sure? That's what I was curious about.
I was thinking, okay, so I literally talked about this today.
I look on the camera sometimes, I'm like, they need Jesus.
God love you. Okay, I don't want to be critical, but today, no, I did not. But there are times in the summer, like when they're partying on the deck, I'll be like, oh God, they need you. Just come help them. But that's usually like if I see anybody that's like super inebriated. But like today, no. Today
It's early yet.
yeah, it's kind of early. But people were kind of looking at me like, why are you here? And I'm just like, I'm not even going to answer that question. But I find it so funny, though, because where you're located is kind of ironic. There's a tattoo shop. I'm across the board from Politics Central over there. And then I'm in the parking lot, literally at a bar. My friend was like, girl, you're at a bar. I'm like, yeah, and?
Well, my question was more, why didn't you park up front right there? Why did you pick the back in the back by the dumpster? Like, that was like the location was like kind of like the least visible.
Because I feel like up here I would be like talking to the traffic. No one would listen to me. Back here I had better odds of maybe one of your patrons stopping to say something to me. So I felt like maybe I would be heard more. And I think that's just something too that I'm kind of working on a little bit more. It's kind of a goal for me to push myself out a little bit further. But today, I mean, it was pretty good. It was a good spot for me in terms of I could see both sides of the building. And then if someone wanted to approach me, they could, because I don't want to be that person in somebody's face with a microphone. But I could just see everywhere. And part of it, too, was, like, safety reasons. I know nothing was coming behind me. No cars, no none of that stuff because of where I was parked. I was at an angle. But just mainly for, like, those reasons, I'm still kind of filling out where I should be and where I shouldn't be.
I was just curious. I mean, it would have been much more visible up there, and I thought you found the spot that was less visible.
Yeah, it was less visible, but it was, like, more accessible in terms of people walking.
Sure, yeah.
And traffic. I get really nervous to be like by the road in case a car or an accident or something, because at the end of the day, I am someone's mama. So I need to be there for my daughter, and I need to make sure that I'm safe. And a lot of times people don't want to come with me because they want to keep their faith kind of in the closet. They don't want to be outwardly like
oddly
me.
enough, I think that a lot of the patrons that come in the bar are Christians, actually, in my bar anyway.
I completely love that.
A lot of them are. I mean, that doesn't mean they go to church. Like, I don't go to church, but I am definitely Christian. Troy, the one who stopped, and he wants me to come to church so bad. He said he looks every day, or every week he looks, he says, but I'm never there. But, I mean, we have this going, and it's just, I work too much, and if I get a minute to relax, I actually need that minute to actually relax, because I work construction plus the bar and everything else I got going on. So,
well, even if like you make it a goal, I know you have a lot going on. So you work construction, so I imagine you're up pretty early. Mm-hmm. So why don't you? Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
This month, I know you're up early. Most church services are early. Why don't you go to church one day this month? Just one day. Give it a try.
Just once?
Yeah.
One time.
I mean, I ultimately would love for you to go every week, but being a busy person, it's still making that initiative and showing God. Being a Christian, you know that we are called to be among like-minded people. I was actually saying that today, that going to church and that fellowship is super important, especially when like those hard times come, like a death of the family, or just, when those times come, it's so important to be with like-minded people and Christ-minded people. And you never know, you go into church one time, you could hear something that could change your whole entire life.
Could be. It's possible. I went all the time as a kid.
Yeah.
I went as a teenager until I was probably about 15 or something. I went twice a week, Wednesday, Sunday. Mm-hmm. I did that for years, but yeah, I haven't went in my adult life at all, pretty much.
Church is different these days.
I'm sure it is. I don't feel that it should be different, though. I mean,
it's different.
It wasn't that I didn't like the church I was going to. I just didn't. like that they didn't want to let me drink
Yeah.
and do other things that I like to do.
Okay, so I like to smoke cigarettes. I'm not ready to give that up yet, and I keep praying that God will change my mind on that. But I mean, we all have something. We all have an addiction to some extent. It could be food, it could be porn, it could be cigarettes, alcohol, whatever it is. That doesn't make you a bad Christian. And the people who judge you for doing those things, they need to go and do some soul searching on their own. But even then, even if you drink, I mean, it's one thing. You can have a drink. There was wine in the Bible. You could drink other alcoholic beverages. I quit when I was 21 personally because I didn't want to live that
I don't
alcoholic
really
style.
drink all that often anyways. I have one or two here and there, but not very often.
See, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, but I felt growing up. Well, when I went to church, let me premise. When I went to church as a kid, I went to a Pentecostal church, so they were pretty strict. It was a very strict church that I went to. I mean, that's just the way it was. Always Pentecostal church that I went to. But I remember that one of my friends, I had him on the podcast already. He was a gospel singer at the time, and he had long hair, and a lot of people would give him crap over it,
Sometimes.
And he goes, and I felt bad and was going to cut my hair. He goes, until I realized, the only thing in the Bible that says I should do that is, that you should treat your body like a temple or something like that, he said, or I forget what it was. Or maybe that's not even what he said. Maybe he said they're not listening to that. But he goes, they're putting Coke in their body, Coca-Cola, not nothing else. Coca-Cola, eating food and not exercising. They're treating their body not like a temple whatsoever. But I'm the bad guy because I grew my hair out a little bit. People pick and choose was his point. What they thought, and you just have to know what you feel you're right with God with. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Exactly, and I agree with you on that wholeheartedly. People are so quick to cherry pick. Like, I'm doing it and it's perfectly fine, but if you do it, no.
Right.
Like, that is what drives me crazy.
And they have a habit of not realizing it's the same thing because they are something different, but they're the same thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's a verse in the Bible. I'm not super seasoned, so I don't know what verse it is, but I know, it says that one should focus on the plank in their eye before they worry about the splinter in someone else's eye. And I think a lot of people need to go back and really study that and learn to do that because you're judging somebody when you got way more of it going on with you. Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's the way it goes on, though. That definitely is what goes on, 100%.
It really does. I just love it. I remember it's been a little bit, maybe I want to say over a month ago. I was at my Bible study group, and I said, I want to go to the places no one wants to go. And I expected people to, jaws hit the floor. They were supportive. So even I'm guilty of that. I think we're all guilty of that at some point. And, right now, I know later on, my friend asked me what your podcast was. I was like, I will send it to you. And now I will sign up for it, too, as well, because I enjoy listening to podcasts. She was like, you're at a bar.
Just to be fair, not all my podcasts are Christian, just so you know.
No, that is okay. I am not judgmental. Actually, I listened to one of the pastor at church. He comes and visits us. He has a podcast, and I'm listening to the whole Jeffrey Dahmer series.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not strict. I am open to things. There are just some things I won't allow to influence my mind. I monitor what I watch on TV. I try to limit those kind of things. For me personally, I'm not saying that's right for everybody. But for me personally, I do enjoy podcasts. I do enjoy learning and listening to them. I enjoy this experience because I've never been on one, so this to me is completely amazing and phenomenal. So I want to say thank you for allowing me to do this, but I will subscribe and listen. I'm open to a lot of different worldviews. I'm not, I have my faith, and my faith is a huge part of me, but it's not everything about me.
Sure, absolutely. No, that's what that should be with everybody, I'm sure. When you were out there, you had the microphone out, and you were what were you talking? Nobody was around. What were you doing? Just Bible verses, or what?
Yeah, I did some Bible verses. I did John 3:16 because it's Valentine's Day. I also gave people my location. I'm like, hey, I'm here. I posted that on Facebook. So I could have some people come maybe if they wanted to, that maybe didn't want to do an interview at church or in their home or somewhere else, that maybe, you know, they might interact out in public. But today was basically just talking. I tell some of my testimony sometimes. It's kind of wherever the Holy Spirit leads me. What I need to say, what I need to do. Today I was more prepared, but I was doing some Bible verses today. I always go back and watch because I critique myself. Like, what can you do better next
So
time?
wherever you're set up at, you're also online. So it's not just right there where you're. I didn't realize you were online at the time when you were out there. I didn't realize that part of it.
So I don't have enough followers on YouTube right now. They require 50 subscribers in order to go live. So I record a video on my phone.
I got you.
And then I make sure, in full disclosure,
So
that the camera's at
everybody
me.
go subscribe to
That would be awesome. Go subscribe to Heavenly Hangout.
Heavenly Hangout
I
on
would
YouTube
love
so that she
it.
can get enough subscribers to go live because that's what she really wants to do.
It is. That is my dream.
And it doesn't take her that many more to get there. So
No, it should not, actually. So what I do is I video it on my phone. Today I have my phone up against a jug of antifreeze, and I pointed it at me, and then if anyone came up or approached me, I let them know, hey, I am recording. You are on camera. Do you want to be or do you not want to be? Because sometimes people want to be, you know, anonymous, so I just let them, or anonymous, good Lord.
anonymous, yeah.
So
I was going to let you
them
roll with
know.
it. I was okay with it. I mispronounce shit all the time.
Man, I'm telling you, like sometimes the words just don't word. My brain goes on a vacation. But I think that's just because I stay so busy all the time.
Well, that's good.
Like this week, I'm running on no sleep, an insane amount of coffee. So for school, it was final project, and my classes were only 5 weeks long. So imagine taking a typical 12-week class and you're shoving it into 5 weeks.
And then you go, well, you know what? Let me slip into this bar and jump on and
Heck
just.
yeah! People who drink need Jesus too. A bar? Like, when your friend Troy was like, he's going to ask you to be on the podcast, and I'm like, okay, you're still on video, so let's just keep it rolling. You can leave your shell shock. You can worry about that as you pick up your stuff. But literally, I texted my girlfriend, Nicole, and I was like, girl, I'm about to do a podcast. Like, I can't. Like, this is like everything. And people are going to hear me. Like, my words will go farther. So it's almost like a dream comes true. I know that sounds like super duper cheesy, but when I began all this, I'm like, God, lead me where I need to go. Let my voice be heard. Let those seeds be planted. And I'm getting probably more farther in here than I was out there.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see how that. Let me know. I would like to know if it does good
I
for
will
you.
definitely
I would
let
like
you
to get
know.
everybody to because we went live. We're live on Facebook. So-
Can people see us?
Yeah,
Oh,
they can
God.
see us. Yeah, we're live on Facebook. They can see us.
I don't even have my teeth in. Sorry, y'all. I got them. They're just not in. That probably just upped the ante on the anxiety portion.
Well, you didn't know we were on camera?
No, I
Oh,
did
geez.
not. Okay.
I'm sorry. I guess I should have told you that.
No, that is okay, because you know what? I could share that Facebook video on my page now. I will be
It'll
like,
be on
"Y'all
YouTube
check it
too. You'll
out."
be able to do it on YouTube too. So
Absolutely. And I know this is like a long time ago. You guys used to deliver during COVID.
me and my wife would do it. Yeah.
Y'all got some bomb food. Because I live right down the road here on Clinton, and let me we were delivering from you guys all the time. We're like, they deliver now?
We still do DoorDash and Uber Eats still and Grubhub all do deliveries for us. But during COVID, you're right. Me and my wife would do the deliveries, or my wife mostly. Her and Hal. Hal's not with us anymore. He passed. But Hal would go with her on deliveries, and she'd go out and do deliveries. I'd take orders, and then we had cooks in the kitchen. So, yeah, it was a wild time. But we ended up getting so many orders that we had to stop doing deliveries because we needed her help just punching them out. They were coming in
Right.
so much. There was a lot of them.
Well, let me tell you, my family became customers during COVID, and I DoorDash, so I'm in here in and out when I'm DoorDashing, so I completely love it. This, like, just walking into Madhouse, there's, like, this amazing family atmosphere. I know it sounds really weird saying that, but everybody's so cool and friendly. It's like modern-day Cheers.
I appreciate that.
I love it. And I mean, just from being an outsider. My friend, he passed away, God rest his soul. Miguel Soto used to come up here. And
Yeah.
he used to drink all the time. He was my best friend, man.
Yeah, we know Miguel. He gave me, do I have it? Where is it at? I've got a hat somewhere that he gave me.
Oh, God,
somewhere
that's
up here.
him. Him and his crazy hats.
I remember him when we were kids. Like we both went to Southview.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember him. He was older than me, but I did remember him from when I was a kid. But when he started coming in here, we had Thanksgiving our first year here. My mom wanted to do Thanksgiving in the big kitchen and do it, and like we had all the family over, and we were closed, but we did Thanksgiving. But the back door was open, and he came in and celebrated Thanksgiving with us that year. Because he came in, and I'm like, "Come on, get a plate, let's go."
There's no closed doors for him.
No, he's a good dude.
There's
He
no
was a good
closed
dude. Yeah,
doors
he
for
was a
him.
good dude.
We met him because we moved in across the street from him. The very first day he comes over and like, you know, hey, how you doing? We became best friends, and we were friends till the day he died. He adored my daughter. My daughter adores him. We still struggle with him being gone. Like, we became thick as thieves, grocery shopping, you name it. And the Dairy Mart over here. Anytime we took that man for a ride, we had to go to Dairy Mart to get a 6-pack. And I'm thinking, Lord have mercy, I spend more time in this Dairy Mart than I do at home anymore. But, yeah, he was one of your patrons. He's probably one of the biggest reasons I heard about you guys at first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm kind of naive when I drive. I don't really look around at places that,
Who got his car?
His son did.
His son did. He loved that thing.
God, I call this car Gumby.
He used to come out and park it, and he would take so long to park. Like, he had to just get it just right. He would go so slow. I would laugh every time.
I know. And then he'd be out there with that damn starter spray when his car would not start. Okay, he would spray so much of that I could smell it in the breeze across the street at my house. And I'm like, can you just like set that car on fire, roll it down a hill? Like, it's time to retire her, okay?
No, he loved that thing.
We called
yeah.
him Pokey, and that car was Gumby because it was green. He would take naps in that car. I love that
That's
man.
called passed out drunk.
Seriously? He was drunk all the time. But I loved him. He was so funny. He had
He was
biggest
I think
heart.
if I remember right, I think he's vodka and cranberry, if I remember right.
Good
When he
God.
came in here, I think so. It was vodka and cranberry.
Yes, and the beer he drank smelled like skunk pee. I don't remember what it was.
He
like
only
Guinness or
drank
something.
vodka. He only drank vodka and cranberry in here. I never seen him drink a beer.
My God, no. He does that at home, okay?
Yeah, he not here. He never did. It was always a vodka and cranberry when he was here.
That sounds so right, though. One time, my car was broke down. I'm like, can you take me to the store? He's like, yeah. I opened the car, and I'm like, what in the hell? You got a mini bar in your glove box. And it was usually vodka, those little dollar ones. I'm like, that gotta taste like some rubbing alcohol, bro.
Isn't his brother a cop in Sheffield Lake?
Yes.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, both of his brothers are actually cops. I'm not going to say their name. God help me if they hear this. Yes, his oldest brother, no. Yeah, I think it's his, I can't remember the order they go in. They're both cops, and his one brother went to school with my best friend and her brother. So they all kind of know each other. His brother used to scare me all the time. He'd like to turn the lights on in the cop car. I'm like, you're not even in the city. But he would turn the lights on, and I'm like, what's going down? Let me go look out the window real quick. Because I'm nosy. I got to know. Why the cops here? What's going down? Fire trucks, you name it. But, like, yeah, I miss him so much. Like, he would be so proud of me today right now. Let me tell you, this was his spot in St. Lamb's.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. He made his rounds. It wasn't just us.
I think his butt cheeks are in every bar stool he ever went to, and they have not come out of it yet.
He was a hit and miss. He would come and hang out for one or two and then leave. He would never stay around very long. He was a one or two and then he'd get out of here. Yeah. For us, anyways. He might have stayed at Ladd's or something a little longer.
He does.
But that's right by his house, a lot closer for him.
Oh, yeah, he would. And you know what the funny part is? He would drive to St. Lance. It would take him longer to spray the starter fluid in his car than to just walk there.
All right. Well, this was fun talking to you. I hope everything goes well for you. I hope that you figure out what you got going on there and your street ministry.
Yeah, I guess I would
Does some
call it
good
street
things.
preaching. Like, I don't know. That definition's going to change. Because I don't want to say spreading the word or the good news, because cults say that too. And I don't want somebody to think I'm a cult. I'm not a cult. I'm a real human that has real faith. But I'm praying it does go somewhere.
I hope so.
Thank
That
you
was
so
pretty
much.
cool. I'm glad you stopped in.
Thank you so much for inviting me and letting me use your parking lot.
Absolutely. You know where it's at.
Anytime I'll come back, I'm like, hey, can I use your parking lot?
All right. We're getting out of here. We're number one.
Damn.
You heard it here first. Joe
Right,
Rogan
right, Joe
listens to
Rogan.
our podcast.
Right.
Why do the gays get to pick what they get all the good stuff? This is ridiculous. I mean, went to prison for 10 years for stealing 46 million.
Do not tell me he ate a booger.
Dude, he would have showed a little bit of cleavage. Maybe get it done all right. That's where we didn't have Facebook or Grindr.
Are there a lot of girls on